On this video, I'm going to talk about something very interesting, correlated to the concept of twin flames and also the concept of souls in general. But before I start talking about it, I want to start off with a story. Many years ago in China, there was a guy who had a horse. It was the one horse he had. He relied upon the horse to bring in an income. And he was very despondent, very upset when, unfortunately, one day his horse ran away. His neighbors, farmers, said, "Oh, that's really unfortunate." He turned to them and he said, "Maybe." The next morning, his horse returned with 6 other horses. And the local farmer said, "Wow, you are so fortunate." He turned to them and he said, "Maybe." The next very day, one of the horses, carrying his son on it, fell. And the son broke his leg. And the local farmers turned to him and said, "Oh, that's so unfortunate." The farmer turned back to him and said, "Maybe." A couple of days later, there was an army draft which went out, and as a result, his son was coming to have inspectors check on him. The inspectors came to check up on him, and they said, "No, he can't be drafted into the army because he has a broken leg." And the local farmers turned to the farmer and said, "Oh, how fortunate you were that your son broke his leg." And again he turned and said, "Maybe." The moral of the story, the gist of the story, is that we sometimes think that bad things happen to us for a bad reason. And we sometimes think, more often than sometimes, we mostly think that good things happen to us for a good reason. And we're convinced that it is so. We go through life feeling quite convinced that good things happen to us for a good reason and bad things happen to us for a bad reason. Although, if you look back on your life, you'll actually see that often enough, when bad things happen to you, they actually happen for a good reason. And if you look back at times at good things that happen to you, they actually happen to you and resulted in bad effects further down the line. So, when good things happen to you, keep an eye open. When bad things happen to you, keep an eye open and don't interpret it exactly how it appears to need to be interpreted. With that out of the way, I want to now talk about twin flames, soulmates, etc. On Thursday, actually it was more like Friday, I put out a video. It was Thursday and Friday in Hebrew and English. I put out 2 videos about the concept of twin flame. And I said that in my case, I'm quite convinced that my twin flame was my ex. And I contracted in the previous incarnation that my ex would carry out her bidding and cause what she had to cause for me to encounter. And as a result, whenever I went to the court arena, she knew how to push every single one of my buttons. And throughout the court proceedings, she knew how to push every one of my buttons. And even when I am on my spiritual journey, I am still often enough dragged back into negativity as a result of what my twin flame is doing to me. And, I could look at the circumstance of the situation and say, leave out spirituality, leave out the twin flames, leave out the story with the guy in China. It's all bad, and I have to take it for its full value and allow my ego to control it. Thing is that I've already done that. I've given my ego the chance to try and control it, and my ego hasn't proven to be very successful. So the choice is mine. I could either carry on saying, I'm on the spiritual journey, and even on the spiritual journey, I was still falling back into the trap of the ego with regards to my ex. Obviously, this is a situation, this is a scenario which is impossible to deal with, and I don't want to look into the concept of twin flames because it's just too complicated. I could do that, but where's it going to get me? Not very far. That's why, like I said, it's worth looking into the concept of twin flames. It's worth looking into the concepts of spirituality and expanding it as far as it goes. For me, it's very, very much worthwhile. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm loving it. I love this journey and all these conversations I have with you with regards to my spiritual journey. Now, a short break. I just wanted to tell you that my name is Jessica Madden. And on my channel here on YouTube, I help people raise their awareness and become very successful. I share amazing tips and great lessons, which I picked up throughout my life. And I share great values and amazing lessons and tips I pick up every single day. Reminding you once again that the 100th subscriber to my amazing channel here on YouTube, if you manifest your dream and become the 100th subscriber, you'll receive from me a free gift. And of course, the shipping of that gift will also be for free. With that out of the way, let me carry on talking about twin flames. It appears from all the spiritual research I've done from spiritual mentors whom I follow, and I follow probably a total of about 20 different spiritual mentors, it appears that some of them talk about the twin flame being a very closely connected twin flame, and the two flames, two souls complementing each other. And then there are those spiritual mentors whom I follow on YouTube and different places online, and they appear to be saying that actually the spiritual flame are about two people who are in deep contrast with each other and are deeply divided between the two of them. So if you're not on a spiritual journey, you might turn around and say, oh, well, it's all just made up. They're just trying to figure out how it all works for it all to settle well into their frame of thinking. But Jessica Madden knows how to discern, knows how to see through things, knows how to see through the reality of things. And I do understand that there's no just one type of twin flame. And from the research I've done, I've also seen that there could be 80 different types of souls that we are connected to. And so, Aaron Doherty also talks about this, and I've seen this from other spiritual mentors as well, that there are 80 different types of connecting souls that we have. And so as a result, sometimes a type of twin flame can be somebody who tries to get you to believe and love in yourself from the deepest place within your heart. And how do they do that? By pushing every single one of your buttons, making you feel so frustrated and annoyed. But that's for your benefit. They push every single one of your buttons in order for you to find your deepest core within you, which says, yes, I love myself deeply. So that's the idea of it. That's the gist of it. Obviously, there are people who are going to say, no, there's twin flames and there's soulmates and there's different types of souls and they all very much complement each other and they're there for life. Thing is, no, they're not there for life, because sometimes, from the research I've done, soulmates and twin flames are not contracted with you for life, and they do actually separate from you after a certain amount of years, because you've only contracted for a certain amount of years. That's my discussion today about twin flames, about spirituality, about the amazing story with the Chinese guy. I also want to point out that very often we have trauma which we deal with, and that trauma is only magnified and manifested because of the way we interpret that trauma. So if we interpret that trauma to be bad, which correlates to the story with the Chinese farmer, if we correlate the circumstance in our life to be bad, we will manifest what you think and how you think and how you extrapolate your thoughts on different matters in your life is how your life prevails and how it all manifests. You are the driver of your car. You are the driver of your own destiny. Think about that. It's an awesome way of looking at things and has helped me immensely. That's today's video. If you like today's video, press the like button. Please feel free to share this video with your friends, family, acquaintances, peers, neighbors, and I want to thank the amazing people who have already shared my amazing videos. Thank you so much for sharing my words of wisdom. Thanks tons. I love you so, so much. Dear viewers, dear subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart so, so much. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I love you tons. And don't forget, if you have any comments, you can leave it in the comment section down below. I love you.